Well, with me now is Sajda Mughal, who's the director of the Jan Trust, a charity working with Muslim mothers who are worried about their daughters being radicalised via the internet. And she's also the only Muslim survivor of the 7th of July London bombings. Sajda, let me just start by saying at the outset that you believe that the internet has a massive and has had a massive part to play with the disappearance of these three.
Oh, definitely. Not only with this case, but with other cases of radicalisation. But if we look specifically of the case of these three girls travelling to Syria, the internet has had a part to play. It's broken today in terms of the news whereby Aqsa Mahmood was in fact messaging one of the girls through Twitter. So you can see there the internet has had a part to play in this.
Some parents are very switched on with social media and Twitter, others aren't. And maybe there's a slight disconnect there with what some would say is parental responsibility and what parents know their children are doing.
I'm afraid there is a disconnect. I deal with, on a day-to-day basis, with Muslim mothers who are calling out to us and coming into our centre to say, we are concerned about our children being radicalised and specifically on the net, but we don't know what is going on. Assist us. And there is that disconnect, and that's exactly what our work is, particularly through our Web Guardians programme, whereby we work with mothers and expose them to the issue of online radicalisation, but for them to tackle it to prevent their children from travelling to Syria.
And of course there's been some criticism coming out of the security forces, of the airline, of the airport. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but do you think there are questions to answer here? I
definitely do think that there are questions to be asked, in the sense of had the authorities known that there had been some messaging, for example, between Aqsa Mahmood and one or all of the girls, that information could have been released to the families for them to take ownership and to engage with their children in order to prevent them from travelling to Syria.
In many families, there's a particular bond between one parent and the child. It would appear in all three families that they're very close. And do you believe that mothers in particular have a real key to play in keeping an eye on what's going on?
Oh, definitely. Mothers have a very, very key role. We've worked with mothers through our Web Guardians programme who have come back to us to tell us that through our programme and supporting them, they have stopped their children travelling to Syria. And so mothers play a very, very key role. If you tap into that, into the mother, so to speak, and equip her and support her, she can nurture her child away from radicalisation.
And does it surprise you that there are children or young teenagers able to go away and the parents have absolutely no idea that that's what they were planning, let alone have succeeded in doing?
It doesn't surprise me because of my day-to-day work. This is what I liaise with mothers, Muslim mothers, on a day-to-day basis who do not know what radicalisation is. For example, when we did a survey with 350 Muslim mothers across London, 92% of them did not know what online radicalisation was or what radicalisation is, what is it? And so it doesn't surprise me in my day-to-day working, but I know to wider society it is surprising.
Not only then do they not know what it is, but do they completely underestimate the violence and just how dangerous it is?
Oh, definitely. They completely underestimate in terms of how dangerous the issue is and how their children could be brainwashed to potentially travel to Syria and ultimately never to see their parents again, and for a parent to never see their child again.
There we must leave it. Sajda Mughal from the Jan Trust, a charity for Muslim mothers worried about their daughters and sons being radicalised. Thank you very much indeed.